There we go. We got her. Hey, everybody. Well, there's only one thing as far as I'm concerned to talk about today. Hello, Oilers, Cocky Cards. How are you? Gillis to the Devils. Yeah, that's a thing. Good for him. He gets an opportunity. He deserves it. He's been grinding it out there in the minors for a while. Bernier's injured, so he gets an opportunity to get some NHL cash for a little longer. But for me, I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently Jacob Chychrun is available out of Arizona. That Chychrun to LA is possible. I'm going to be doing a video on it. So I want you guys to tell me all your what I'm a general manager. I want you to offer up your trades for Jacob Chychrun. I'm bringing him up here. I gotta. That's really the only news that matters today. I think. I gotta make sure I spelt that right. He's got a weird name. Oh no, Chychrun. There we go. I had to change the title. Not even close, Lauren. Not even close to enough. Give me some offers. You got to beat that. That's pretty easy to beat. Brady Shea, a prospect and a second rounder for Chychrun. A Norris level. Jacob Chychrun is a Norris level 23-year-old defenseman who, yeah, he's not putting up a lot of points this year, but I mean, the team can't score more than 2 goals. How the heck is he going to put up points? And they only got to take out Chychrun and they're fine. This guy is a Norris level stud defenseman who is 23 years old and making 4.6 till 2025, in which case he's going to make a crap load more. But that offer would not even be considered even a little bit. Not enough. CL, not enough. I wouldn't even think about that. If Philadelphia wants Chychrun, they won't have any team left after they give up everything that they need to give up. Provorov or York for sure. Provorov or York. York for sure. Your first round pick, Konechny, maybe more. Yeah, like you're gonna have guys like teams like Detroit offering Frolic their first next year, which is a unlottery protected first next year. Frolic, Zadina, and Valino or something like that. Like just the package is going to be enormous. Arizona has no use for Giroux. Oh, for Marner. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that Provorov. No, I don't think the Leafs do that. Although I think that might not be a bad idea to get Provorov. I don't know about Giroux, but that does make some sense. I don't think, like, you guys got to be thinking big, big, big. Carolina would have to give up a crap ton. Oh, that's a lot. Who do I get messaging here? Oh man, I'd have to look through all the whole drafting there. I'm not sure. The 2018 through 2023. Maybe this one. Maybe Chychrun. I love this guy. You know how much I love Brady Tkachuk. If Ottawa offered Brady Tkachuk straight across for Chychrun, I would probably do it, but I think I would lose the trade. I would lose the trade. I would lose the trade. Middle stat for Konechny? That makes some sense. First you got to make. I would want to make sure Middlestat's not going to be injured. He's injured every 5 minutes, so. Ben Sherrod is for sure getting traded. Petrie is for sure getting traded. Petrie and Ben Sherrod for sure. Yeah, I'd be looking for the 2023 draft pick as well. I'd be trying to figure out who's going to be terrible in 2023. Maybe Montreal. Montreal, 2023 first, non-lottery protected. And then, maybe Drouin or, guys like a couple guys just have bodies in there and hope the heck you nail that. Maybe that's it. That's kind of what you're looking for a guy like Chychrun. It's going to hurt to get Chychrun. You're not going to be able to trade people and go, okay, I feel good about that. You're not going to feel good about it. No, I didn't see the officiating in Tampa Bay last night. I was watching other games. It was bad. Armia would be good for a lot of teams. They'll probably get a middle round pick or a third round pick for him. But let's say Carolina. Carolina would be freaking awesome if they got Chychrun. Oh my gosh. That would be disgusting if they got Chychrun. That team would be insane. But yeah, you're not gonna like it. Like you're talking about guys like Jarvis. You're gonna need to give up players that you don't want to give up. Brady Shea's not going to turn the needle. I don't know if I would want any of their defensemen. Maybe I take Brady Shea, but that would nowhere near be I would want Marty Necas, Brady Shea. I want a number one. I want a number one center if I'm going to do this, really. If I'm going to do this, I'm looking for a number one center. I don't know if Carolina is going to fit for me. I don't think Carolina is going to work. I don't think they got enough to get him. Blue Jackets, Flames postponed. Yeah, the Flames have their whole team is on COVID protocol. So I don't really want to talk about it too much, but I think it's a pretty good chance that we're not going to finish the season. Velarde, I would love to have said Velarde, but not anymore. No, your Byfield is coming our way, Eugene. If I'm giving you Chychrun, I'm getting Byfield. If you don't like it, hang up the phone. I'll go to someone else. Byfield. And you were like, we're not giving Byfield. Okay, you're not getting Chychrun. I got the whole league to go to. Every single general manager in the NHL will be phoning to get Chychrun. They would have all the leverage in the world. Whoever gives up Chychrun, it's going to be an overpay. It's going to be enormous what they give up for him. I'm positive of that. It's possible the person that pays ends up losing the trade. Sort of like what happened when Philadelphia picked up Lindros. Like there's going to be so many. He's going to push the envelope so far that like Ottawa would have to give up Sanderson, Norris, guys like that. Like it's going to be. Well, then don't take him. Chychrun, Byfield's not probably going to be one of the best centers in the league. Chychrun will likely win a Norris if he goes to a team that's really good. So you have a Norris level defenseman at 23 years old. You already know how good he's going to be. Then if you don't want to give up Byfield, then we'll move on to someone else. There's lots of teams that are going to give lots for him. So. Yeah, I agree, Bill. They should. I don't know what they're holding out for, but I know what they're holding out for. It's the economy is going to crap, and it might be worse that the economy does than people dying off. Chychrun no, that's not even close, dude. Do you hear? We just talked about how we're going to give Byfield. Konechny and Wisdom is not even close. I don't think Philadelphia. It's going to cost Provorov. Provorov, probably. It's going to cost Provorov, or more and more. Konechny and Wisdom doesn't even. If it's Konechny, it's going to be York, Konechny, and just keep on going. Just just keep on going. No, don't want it. Your first rounder is going to be a middle first. Turcotte probably might only be a third line center. And Bjornford I do like, but no. Pearlo for Chychrun, yeah. Not enough. I'll tell you what. Okay, you offer me that, Hajin, and the Rangers are going to offer. Let's go look at the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers will be like losing their crap right now. They don't really need defensemen. Maybe that's Detroit Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings will offer Hronek. They're first in 2023. Let's see. What do we got? Hronek. They're first in 2023. Probably Tyler Bertuzzi. I wouldn't doubt if they offered Tyler Bertuzzi, to tell you the honest truth. Like, and the first in 2003 in Hronek. So, do I want Turcotte, whatever you have? No. It's not going to be enough. Yeah, they just took the Islanders. Islanders won't be able to do it unless they're offering Barzal, baby. There's no way the Islanders are going to have him anywhere. They have nothing in their system as it is. Oh, maybe Dobson. It would have to be Dobson plus for sure. And I still don't. Dobson, Beauvillier, like pretty much anybody who's young on the island in that deal. But I think out of the ones you named, Red Wings would probably get them. The Kings could, but you're going to have to offer a lot. You got to be, if you're not willing to give up Kalievs and guys like that, Byfield, let me look up LA. Maybe you got some prospects down there still that you can, like, you're going to have to give up a lot. Especially if he's like just saying, I don't care where I get traded to. Sean Dursey, I suppose. Jared Dolan Anderson hasn't did enough to be part of that deal, I don't think. Gabriel Velarde at this point would be a throw-in on that deal. He just hasn't produced enough at 22 years old for it to matter. If you're not willing to give up Byfield, then Turcotte, Dolan, what else? Turcotte, Dolan, Jersey, your first, and either Kapari or Kaliev. A Norris level defenseman, dude. Norris. To play with Dano, like, people are going to be all over that. John, yeah, nobody wants him though, John Whitehill. Nobody wants him. Devils. I looked at the Devils. You would get a lot of forwards if you had the Devils. I don't think they would trade Hughes for him. Maybe the Hughes brothers. Take the Hughes brothers. That'll work. The Hughes brothers. I'll give you give us the Hughes brothers, and we'll give you Chychrun. Matt Martin getting traded, I suppose. I don't know. They love those guys so much. I don't know. Wow, when you spell Chychrun, man, it doesn't look right. Is that really how it's spelled? It doesn't look right when you spell it out. It's one of those names that are just like. If I know one thing, if I'm going to trade Chychrun, I want Dawson Mercer. Or maybe the Hughes brothers. Yeah, they could probably do it. I think New Jersey would be in there, yeah. They could get Ty Smith, and but I think the Hughes brothers and a first or something like that. Like, that's how good I'm talking about. That's how big of a package we're talking about for that. You want a Norris level defenseman that's 23 years old, Lauren? Yeah. Chychruns are guys you win cups with. Chychruns are guys you win cups with. Almost like I say with Brady Tkachuk, Chychrun is a defenseman version of Brady Tkachuk, but probably a better overall player. Yeah, Dvorak is out. Yeah, I know Montreal has nobody left on their roster at all. They have nobody left on their roster at all. David Savard's out. Like, the whole team is out. It's pretty much the whole team. A Norris level defenseman at 20. I can't remember. Possibly Chris Pronger way back in the day, and they got Brendan Shanahan plus for him, but that was way back. I don't remember. I can't think of a defenseman that, like, it would be absolutely ridiculous to trade him. He had to have asked for a trade. Like, it's just one of those situations where the kid is looking at the future and going, do I want to wait until I'm 27, 28, 29 before I'm on a relevant team? His whole career, he's been losing, losing, losing. So I was talking about it earlier, like, no way Arizona made this idea, came up with this. There's no way. Arizona would not have asked him they wouldn't have said, hey, we're trading you. This is a guy you build your team around, not a guy you trade. Do you miss the Pronger days in Philadelphia? Yeah, I miss the Pronger days, period. Those were killer days. So yeah, it's going to take a lot. Like, yeah, it would take Nietzsche and I'll take Shea mostly because you need a defenseman to play in the roster, but it's not really like a value to take Shea. Maybe to help with the cap and stuff like that. Jarvis, I mean, yeah, the package is gonna be like, what? Holy crap. That's the one good thing about it for Arizona, is that they will be able to build depth in their roster, I suppose. But, I mean, you never want to lose a Chychrun. Somebody has COVID for the Washington Capitals. I don't see it. Who is it? I know Backstrom is back in playing. Backstrom looks like he's going to be back for the Washington Capitals, so that'll be good. Your general? I don't think it's a right decision. I don't think it's ever a right decision to lose a guy like that. I don't know. It could end up being a right. I don't think they made the decision. I think he made the decision. I think Chychrun made the decision. He probably thought about it for a long time, and just realized that they're just so far behind. Like, Arizona is not going to be relevant for so long that, like, if a player comes to you and says, like, I think I better go. This is not good for my career. It was probably, I don't think it was an easy decision for Chychrun. And that's another thing about Chychrun, is the guy is a beast as far as leadership is concerned. He could be the captain of your team. Norris Trophy candidate. Like, I don't know. Honestly, like you said, like, can you go back and try to figure out a value from not recent past? I can't think of a time. Like, the one that comes right to my mind was when Lindros got traded to Philadelphia and the package that they got. Go back and look at that package. Like, Colorado or Quebec won that package, which ended up being for Colorado. Forsberg and Ricci and all of that stuff like that. Once general managers start fighting over a Norris level candidate like that, the price can get just absolutely unbelievable. I don't even know if I could I could sit here and say that the package is going to be blah, blah, blah. And, oh yeah, I had Ottawa last night, Elliot. Maybe you might be able to get away with Clark. You might be able to get away with Clark. Clark plus, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, CL. If it means getting Chychrun, I'm fine losing Proby. Yeah. Yeah, it would hurt, but I agree. If it means getting Chychrun, I would lose Proby too. You got York coming up. I would try to make it like York, Konechny. I just don't think Philadelphia's got enough in their organization to be able to get them. You're not going to have much of a team left. Yeah, well, it's my lesser play, Elliot. It's my lesser play because Chicago's playing so well defensively, but Backstrom is going to be in for Washington, and I'm going to bank that energy puts them over the top. But it's not the biggest play. The other two I can't talk about because they're well paid for. Arvidsson, yeah, he just can't finish. Yeah, he's a good two-way guy, but yeah, that LA needs a shooter off the wing, but it probably will be Kaliev and Kupari. They just haven't totally got there yet. Kuznetsov is out. Oh no. Oh man, Backstrom's in and Kuznetsov is out. All right, I'll probably have to change then. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't know if you throw Farabee and Provorov in a first or something would probably do it. Maybe you can hold on to Konechny or Provorov, Konechny in a first. Maybe. Like I said, I don't know because you got every other general manager lining up for this kid. Like, that's a fair offer, I think, because depending on what they think of Provorov, but how old's Provorov now? Is he older than I thought? It feels like he just started his career, but maybe not. Like he didn't just start, but 24, why not? Why doesn't he make sense for Arizona? It's 24. I just looked it up. All right, 24, 25. They're both the same age. Yeah, that's the thing. Capitals play down to their competition. I'm probably going to have to change that now. I don't know. You got Backstrom. Backstrom hasn't played in a long time. Maybe he'll go to the under now. Since Washington, Fleury's in net, he'll stop enough. Chicago's playing fantastic defense as of late. They don't really have all that many guns. LaPierre didn't even make the junior team this year. He didn't even make the Canadian junior team this year. Patrice Bergeron is out with COVID too. Just wait, I can grab my coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's hard. The value is going to be like you would just offer Provorov, Konechny, and a first, and that could be an early first this year. And, that's a lot. Provorov's a great defenseman. Konechny is still figuring it out, but, I mean, he's shown the ability to be a solid winger and a first. The question is, how much is another team going to up the offer here? When you've got so many general managers, when you got so many teams vying for one Norris level 23-year-old, I honestly, the price could be just astronomical. Astronomical. I can't believe that St. Louis won that game. Like, I can't believe what St. Louis is doing there. It is insane. Those guys are like unbelievable. Half their lineup is out, for the love of God. Spencer Knight's just a kid. They need to send him down. They need to send him down to the minors and cool out for a bit. We've seen it over and over again. Look at Carter Hart, struggled the way he did. He's back now playing really well, but that's the reason why Hextall didn't want to rush Carter Hart, and you can't rush these kids. Like, they look on fire to start out with. Swayman got absolutely lit up too. You gotta. It seems to be with goaltenders. It just hurts. It hurts them more than helps them to play them too early. Yeah. What was that, Lauren? I'd motorboat Jackie Redmond? What? Arizona, York. I don't know. It depends on what they think of Wisdom. I'm not sure. He looks like about a fourth liner to me, so I don't think that. I think you'd have to add a first onto that, maybe. Then you might be in the ballpark for what you're going to be getting for Chychrun. I don't know if it's wise for Phil. I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know a lot today because it's going to be so tough to make that. Like, it's so tough to figure out what the value of Chychrun is to a team. Like, if you got a team like I said, a team like Detroit, I could throw crap loads at him. What about Edvinsson? How much do they think of him? Edvinsson is a guy they just drafted. He looks like he could be, they may value him so high they wouldn't trade him for Chychrun. Yeah, I got him in reg. What was it that tipped it for me? Oh, Chychrun won't be playing tonight for Arizona. And Wedgwood, Chychrun won't be playing tonight for Arizona. What do they got on defense after that? Like, they have Gosh Despear's going to be playing top line left with Dyson, Mayo, Strollman, some guy named Yanis Moser. I don't even know who that is. From Switzerland, 21 years old. He's had 12 points in 18 games for the Tucson Roadrunners. Never played a game. And Scott Wedgwood now, his numbers are getting, he came out, nobody knew who he was. Now they're starting to figure him out. I think the Rangers will probably light him up tonight. Yeah. That's crazy. That shouldn't be allowed. I mean, that's way too many players. It's not even fair. Detroit has 2 out too, but they're playing Detroit, right? Well, Lannon and Mata, I like LA. I like LA's flow right now for sure. Big game against Tampa Bay. This is going to be, if they could beat Tampa Bay back to back, that'll be so much confidence for LA. That's not even fair, Lauren. They shouldn't be allowed to play with that many players out. I mean, how the heck? Detroit's a fantastic team, but how are you going to beat any team when you have your number one and number 3 center, or number 2, you could even say possibly. You know, basically you're a top 6 left winger, 2 of your top 4 centers, Svechnikov, your top winger, and it's just it shouldn't be allowed. That's ridiculous. But it's going to happen like that now. They're going to try to get as many games in, I know, because I'm pretty sure that this season's going to be halted. I'm almost positive of it. Arizona Coyotes playing the Ducks, yeah. Before we go into that, the Ottawa game, remember I was saying yesterday I liked Ottawa? I didn't follow my gut. But I don't like Florida. Now, Odette, is it Odette, the coach? Something's wrong in Florida. Man, they miss Quinville. What a terrible thing. They finally got a team. And Barkov, missing Barkov too. But that team's not right. And Spencer Knight needs to go down for sure. That's why getting Johansson, though, does that really help? Bobrovsky? Yeah. Yeah, Detroit on the PL makes sense in that game for sure. John Gibson is hurt, but Stolarz is playing fantastic so far. Playing a back-to-back in Seattle. The thing about it is the Ducks are coming off of a really long 5 games and 7 road trip. That is ridiculous. 5 games and 7 nights. 2 days off. And, you know, when you come home from a road trip, you got family stuff to take care of and all of that. I don't know. There's a change of energy. Now they got to get up for Seattle, who had a big win against the I don't know what happened to San Jose last night. Like and Columbus too. All of a sudden, Columbus stopped playing. They had Vancouver right where they wanted them. And then they just stopped playing. It was weird. Very weird. I put a live on that. Ruined me. Yeah. I don't know. Carolina could still win that game. They got a system that's very difficult for Detroit to beat. But the problem is there's so many guys going to be playing so many different positions and line mates and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to. What about what else last night? We had. I liked the Kings last night on PL, and that came in. The Lightning played one of the better games we've seen them before. That tip in by Tyler Radish was pretty fantastic. The Senators, we already talked about that. The Devils, though, oh my gosh, can we talk about the Devils? I thought the Devils were going to be decent this year, like maybe even fight for a playoff spot, but things are going awry quite quickly there in New Jersey. Philadelphia, somebody had a hat trick last night, right? What the heck? Oh, here. Yeah. Was it Atkinson? Did Atkinson have a hat trick? No, he had 2 goals last night. Nice to see Lindblom pop one. Blackwood is not as good as I thought, and I thought the defense would be better than it is. But good for Philadelphia, man. 3 in a row now, building up confidence. And we were talking about yesterday about, Yo takes over for the last 2 times Yo has took over for a team. He has he's pushed them, and they've done fantastic. It's just whether he can keep the ball rolling after that. That's the thing. And being a really young coach, that's a learning thing. It's a learning experience. They may have their guy already there in Yo. They might already have him. Ryan Johansson is out there. Also, Granlund is out for Nashville, so that's going to be tough their next game. Brandon Smith can play wing. Yeah, he's not very good, though, but not ideal, but maybe better than whatever you're going to bring up. I'm not sure. Who is Carolina going to bring up? Vancouver Canucks have won 5 in a row, yeah. And that was a huge win for them. Bruce Boudreau does it in the regular season all the time. It's just a question of whether he can do it in the playoffs. Neeson, okay. Podorowski, that's good for him. That'll be his first NHL game, won't he? Just a little guy. CJ Smith has played a couple. And Neeson, he's kind of a veteran of, he played for Pittsburgh, Anaheim, San Jose, and one other team. I can't remember who it is, but he's got NHL experience at least. Is Matt Duchene? Oh, okay, Nashville won't be playing them. There's no way. When does Nashville play again? Oh, shoot. Ben Harper is out. When's Nashville playing again? Colorado. Oh, gosh. They're going to get absolutely run over in Colorado if they actually play. That's crazy. Frost is out. I don't know, man. I think they're going to have to shut her down. Oh, yeah. He still wants to play, apparently, eh? The Penguins. Oh, that was so predictable. The Penguins last night. Like the Canadians have nothing. Did you guys hear Petrie's interview? They talked. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, buddy? Woo! Did you see Petrie? They had a conversation with them after the game. That guy looks so defeated. It's really sad. He was saying because he was hurt for a while and he was watching from the rosters, and he was just flat out saying there's no structure to the team whatsoever. Like you have moments where you see it and then it just all falls apart. And then they're hearing Cole Caulfield. These young players are all hearing a guy like Petrie tell them they have no structure at all. It's such a snowball downhill. There's not a coach in the world that could save that team right now. I swear to God. That is just, it is an absolute disaster in that they can't wait till that season is over. I bet you they're kind of hoping they shut it down. They like Petrie's looking at that trade deadline every day. What's the trade deadline again? When's that? Oh, okay, right. He's got like taken an X on every day leading up to the trade deadline. Like he is gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. If they can get Edmondson healthy, gone. Sherratt, gone. Like going to be one of the biggest teardowns ever since Arizona. They're going to tear that right down. I have a feeling that's going to be just torn down. Yeah, well, it's loser depression, but it's like the biggest Stanley Cup loser depression because the whole point of last year was to win one for Weber because they knew that once Weber was gone, they didn't have a chance with that team. So, Price is what he is, but he's getting older. Like they're all gone. I'm positive that even Price will be traded. I just did a trade Price. That's going to be a tough trade. I don't think they're going to get much back for him. Unless they retain. Not to mention, they got to really watch how they make that trade because, he's a legend in Montreal. They got to watch how they treat their players. So he's going to have a limited amount of teams he'll get traded to. And then those teams got to work out the cap and who. Yeah, it's going to be a weird looking trade that I think. And I know I don't think Chychrun likes this idea, but I had LA in that group. I could. It's tough because you're taking a big risk with Price. Let's face it, because he's had the injury issues. But if he can stay healthy, he can win you a cup. There's no doubt about it. Maybe, I don't know, I don't know, did you watch the video I did, Mercer? I know one thing. Every time I sent that video to a Facebook group, they were like livid that I even thought of the idea that they would trade for him at all. Like Vegas, for instance, they said there's no way they're getting Price. And I'm like, have you seen what Vegas has done up until now? If it's going to cost them Dodonov, Lehner, I don't think Quick is better than Price now. You think if Quick was playing in Montreal last year, they make it to the finals? No. Maybe Quick like a couple of years ago, but not now. He's playing very well this year, no doubt about that. But is he a guy that I'm going to throw all my marbles at to win a cup? Yeah, Quick had amazing teams. Price has had garbage teams in front of him pretty much his whole career. Like, he has been the Canadians, and it wore on him, obviously. He had to go... He had to go take care of himself mentally. I would too if I had to play in front of that defense, be one of the best goaltenders in the league. Here's the thing. As a whole, Quick, it may be better than Price on a consistent basis, but would Quick now be able to do what Price did for Montreal last year? Like, you got to think about what he did. LA's got a better team than Montreal had last year right now. That team that Montreal had last year was not good. Price was pretty much the reason that they won that cup. Like, it wasn't a good team. It wasn't a great team. No, I haven't forgotten. It was a long time ago. Quick is is a great goaltender. But if you're asking me if I'm going to take Price at his best or Quick at his best, I'm taking Price. I'm taking Price. It's just Price has really had a brutal roll of the dice that he had to be in Montreal. Do you think if Price was in LA, they wouldn't have won cups? For sure they would have won cups. Okay. John McCarthy, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's actually a pretty big guy, and I was surprised he was even talking to me. I was surprised he was in a Facebook group, but him and I got in a debate. He was making an argument. I didn't think it was an argument. I was a debate. And just like you said, if Lehner doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold the fort there, you don't think they're going to trade Lehner, Dadonov to make the salary right and throw the rest of their farm out there to get Price? As long as Price shows that he can be healthy till the trade deadline, and he starts crushing it mentally in a better spot, all of those sort of things like that, you don't think Vegas is going to make that deal? I think for sure Vegas will make that deal. I think for sure that they would make that deal. No, Hajin, I haven't forgotten about how good Quick is. Quick was a great goaltender. He was a great goaltender for that team. Absolutely no doubt about it. But do I think Quick at his best is better than Price at his best? No, I don't. Well, because he's from BC, but I mean, man, isn't that going from one fire to the next? Having Montreal's defense in front of you, and now you're going to have Vancouver's defense in front of you, man, oh man. And what are they going to give up for him? Because they would have to give up cap in that deal. And you'd have to trade Demko, and there's no way. I'm not trading Demko. I think Demko could be in that level. Maybe not as good as Price. Demko maybe not as good as Price would be at his best, but he's young and he's certainly good enough to win a cup with. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, give Vegas like 4 or 5 years and see what happens, but don't look pretty there. No, I think they'll just let Riley Smith go, John Weichel. I don't think they'll trade him. Unless the only reason why they trade Riley Smith is if they can package him to get a better player. I can't see Montreal retaining 50% of his salary though. That's 5 more years. You would get they would have to trade Kemper. I brought up Colorado as a possibility too. They would have to, Kemper would be part of that deal. It would be a difficult deal. I don't know if I think they may be in it. It depends how much they like Kemper, and depends on how does Sakic really think he needs to win right now, or this team has a pretty large window. So, but it's a risk though. That's why I like Vegas, because it's a risk. You're looking at what Price can be, but the question is, can he ever be it again? Can he ever be it again? So I would think that if they're going to trade Price, it would probably be it wouldn't be at this deadline. That would be a summer deal. Like he's got to show from whenever he starts to the summer that he can play well, which is going to be tough to do with that defense there. That he can be mentally okay, and that he can play that he can not be injured for that long. So then maybe you got guys calling up saying, "Hey, like if it looks like he's going to be able to do it again, like he did for Montreal." I just if a general manager thinks he can do it again, they're going to give him a shot. I'm positive of it. I'm sure they'll take the chance on it. Sakic seems like the kind of guy that would just roll with what he's got. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to make a deal like that either, Kyle. But if Kemper hasn't been super strong, but he has been lately, and it's probably was going to take a while for him to get used to all the new defensemen and stuff like that. So I agree, they probably would. It doesn't seem like something Sakic would do. Did they say yet? I hasn't been confirmed yet, right? I think it's going to be Kincaid. It keeps on saying Shesterkin on left wing lock, but as far as I know, Stolars is confirmed for the Ducks. I haven't even looked at the standings for a while. Look at the standings. What about them? They are what? 23. You think they're going to make the playoffs? Seattle somehow? They're 2 games back. No. They got 23 points. What about the playoff? He's not terrible. He's not terrible. I mean, against an Arizona team that has a Popkin offense, Kincaid will probably be enough. This is a team that generally doesn't score more than 2 goals. I think maybe 3 times this year they've scored more than 2 goals. So probably going to be enough. And Wedgwood, they should start figuring him out by now. He came over from the East, and a lot of teams these teams hadn't played him all that much, so they didn't really have a read on him. Should have a pretty good read on him now. And no Chychrun in for Arizona. The Rangers on a back-to-back, okay, that they could be outworked. That is about the only thing that can happen here with the Rangers. And they have shown to be outworked before. The thing is, with Gallant there as long as he has now, I find it less likely. So it seems like a pretty good chance that the Rangers got that one. That was another team I put in there was Penguins. The Penguins, yeah. I just don't know how that could possibly work, because they'd have to give up a lot of their offense. Guys that it would be a difficult move. What's going on right now? We're still big on the Price talk. We're talking a lot about Price. We just talked about the Rangers and Arizona and who is going to be in net for the Rangers. Left wing lock keeps putting Shesterkin up there, but I was pretty sure there's no way he can play. So it's probably going to be Kincaid. Charlie Lindgren's been amazing, and that good for him. Like he was in the Montreal organization for years. Kyle Hintley, how you doing, buddy? I just saw you. You were over at the Ice guys there. I watch them too. I watch them too, Kyle. They're good guys. I always drop in for a little bit. How's it going, buddy? So yeah, yeah, that Montreal is going to be one of the most interesting teams. Yeah, I know you were. Montreal is going to be one of the most interesting teams for sure. I think they're going to tear right down, all gone, see you later, and it's going to crush that organization. I don't know. I could be wrong. You get Gorton, who was hired by the Rangers to do a quick rebuild. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna try to do a quick rebuild, which would mean getting players that are NHL ready-ish with the guys that they have. The thing is does Montreal have the pieces to get guys like that? Toffoli maybe might get somebody like that. That's true. When Lindgren came up from Montreal, he took the world by storm for like 4 games, and then it was just nothing. People get a read on him, and then that's it. But I mean, he's older now. Maybe that'll change. I'm not sure. That's generally what it is. The reason why they're in the AHL is they have holes in their game, and once teams got them figured out, yeah, it's hard not to go with the Ducks. They got. It's hard not to go with them. Seattle's on the back-to-back. The Ducks just had that 5 games in 7, which is crazy, but they just crushed it. Now they get 2 days off, and now it's getting that energy back to be able to play against a Seattle team that does play with really good energy. Thing is, I'm not a big Grubauer guy. Never have been. Stolarz is looking solid so far. So I think I'm probably on the Ducks. I don't know about in reg, but there's a lot of juice there. I think so. Yeah, it would just be making the cap work. That's right. And depends on where he wants to go, because he really has the choice to go where he wants to go. I would guess he would want to go somewhere. Yanni Hakanpää played like crap last night. Everybody did. Yeah. Point per game in the down. I didn't even know who he was. Damamini? Wow. No, I didn't see that. I probably went to bed by then. Molten Bow. What the heck are they? Where is Molten Bow, by the way? Is he still backing up Molten Bow? I don't know why you got to say it like that. It only makes sense. I didn't see that. I went to bed early last night. Barbara Reeves. Oh, there's the Vast.tech. I don't know why they come in and do that. You had no idea either? Let me take a look at it. 5th rounder. He's playing for Dallas? Or is he? See, I don't even know who he plays for. Oh yeah, Riley. What were they injured? Oh yeah, Ropo Hintz. I heard about that after the fact. Radulov was out. I would have faded that game. How did I not know that? Oh, he's just a little guy. Oh, he's from my hometown, Mississauga. That's where I was born. I was born in Mississauga. Wow. 18 points in 21 games for Texas. Yeah. Oh, last year, yeah. Interesting. Ropo Hints. Rope Hints. Is it Ropey? Ropey Hints? I heard it was Ropo, but he doesn't care what you call him anyway. So. Brett Kulak, is that a true thing? Because they could really use some depth there. Or are you just saying that that's a possibility? I could see that. I could see Kulak to the Rangers. That makes sense. We used to play them in youth hockey. Used to play who in youth hockey? Kyle. Who do you think the Habs will? I think they get more for Sherratt just out of perception. Oh, I used to play Mississauga youth hockey. So did I. I used to play for the Cirrus Sabres. Who do you think the Habs would get? Would get more for Sherratt? I think they'll get more for Sherratt just because Sherratt's bigger. I wouldn't even say that Sherratt's a better defenseman, but the perception is he is. So more than likely, because he's big and all of that, they'll probably. I wouldn't even doubt if they get like a first for Sherratt, a late first from some team out there. Who would be willing to do that? Oh, you remember? You know Cirrus Sabres? I think they could probably, yeah. Defensemen are so badly needed at that time, and I think there's a perception out there that Sherratt can play a top four. I, what team? What team would do that? I don't think the Kings would give up a first. They'd probably give up a second. But I think the Kings would be in on that as a possibility because they need to get bigger on their D line. They're a little too small on their D line, and if they're going to make the playoffs, they might do something like that. I think the Minnesota Wild are too analytically smart to make that deal. Uh, what team that's just about to make the playoffs? I could see the Islanders doing it, honestly. I could see the Jets, which would that couldn't be because they already got lost them. I could see the Edmonton Oilers, sadly. I wouldn't. Yeah. If I had to take a bet right now where Sherratt's going to go, I would say the Oilers. Oh yeah. I talk about that stuff in my stream constantly all the time. So you want to talk about where free agents will go, just come on my stream and talk about it because I talk about it all the time. It's my favorite part of the game. I love talking trades, free agents, where players are going to go. I love it. So you guys want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Like people, I have some people message me sometimes saying, well, why don't you talk about the games and stuff? Well, you can find that all over the place. Like they do that all the time. Shannon, the hockey guy, he does a wonderful job of it. He does a great job of doing that. So Shannon's pretty much got that covered. The previews of the games and the reviews of the games, like he does a wonderful job of it. So I do a different thing. I don't think Trotz is getting fired. Kulak to the Canucks, that would be good. That would be a smart move by the Canucks. That's a good one. I like that. Trotz is not getting fired. Backstrom is playing tonight and Kuznetsov is not. So I don't know if I liked. I might be off of that game. Yeah, I love talking trades, man. That's what I turn like. That's what I like talking free agency. Is my favorite time. I love talking the draft. I love talking all that. Sherrod, Capitals would be another one. Yeah, that's a good one. The Capitals just love big players. Period. Like, and it works for them too. They got a big team and they bury guys with their size. Uh, yeah, that would not surprise me at all. Washington's got to be the biggest team in the league, right? They got to be. Yeah, yeah. I don't care. You can put it in there. Oh yeah. It was. I mean, what he had to go through to give it a shot to come back, it must have been really hard for him. Apparently, most people were pretty sure he wasn't. It wasn't going to work out. So, but he tried it anyways. Yeah, look, go. Fortunately for them, they got Labby though. Labby's doing a really good job there in Washington. So it turned out decent, but they were preparing Reardon, and then they ended up bringing him up before he wanted to. Reardon will probably end up being a good coach down the road too. It's just it was a little early. Oh, that's yeah, that's Dacia. Who is it that Fedorov or something like that that's coaching that team? They're pulling the goaltender in OT. Oh, they give their first for Sherratt probably. I don't know. They may not do something like that because they know they're. Yeah, probably they will. They'll try to just give their second or something like that, but I think in the end, a big guy like Sherratt, who has shown at least capable of playing in the top four, he'll probably garner a first. I think so. But the problem is they're going to be cap space, of course, right? Ducks line dropped. Uh oh, in some places, 167 is pretty much what I got still. I wonder if there's been some people be out for Seattle or something. Anybody hear about Seattle guys being injured that we don't know about? Doesn't look like it, but same guys that I that were out last night seem to be out today. Which I think Crosby could be a good coach. Or could be a great general manager, just because he's so intelligent. Bad on their legs, yeah. The line dropped, so you mean like you're getting there's more juice or less juice? 6'3". Oh well, I mean, who's lot? There's lots of goaltenders over 6'3" though. Let me see. Well, looks like the same lineup. It might be because Stolarz is confirmed, but I mean, that shouldn't have surprised anybody. Stolarz was likely going to play. Maybe because Stolarz went in, like people were surprised by Stolarz getting in. It's a good thing I waited then. I don't know why anybody would have thought anybody else was going to be in. Yeah. Like if you're putting money on something like that and you don't know that Stolarz is going to be in today, probably shouldn't be doing that. Either that or better be very, very play because you don't know what you're doing. Like that was obvious that he would be in there. Yeah, exactly. You think we'd all know that, but a lot of people don't know a lot about, I guess. He want who wants to retire? Oh, Bergeron is out by the way. He's COVID out. That would be horrible, John Whiteshaw. You don't want that. Nick Leddy to the Leafs. That would be terrible. He's terrible defensively. He had a good game last night, though. Well, good enough, anyways. They won the game. Yeah. I'm hoping so too, but the more I hear about Stan Schmiel staying in Vancouver, the more I don't think it's going to happen. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like he's going to choose somebody else. He's probably waiting until they probably have somebody in mind. They're waiting until the off season. They got assistant GMs they can choose from. Then, like there's more to choose from in the off season. Most teams aren't going to let you take their assistant GM in the middle of the season, so I would think, anyways. I could be wrong, but I heard somebody say that if somebody wants to go, they're not going to stop them. Did you hear the Montreal Canadiens for their quote quote general manager position are looking at three ladies and one guy? They're looking at three ladies and one guy as a possible suitor for that general manager position. I don't agree, Lauren. I can't say that. I think they're going to do some stuff at the deadline. That team's going to be better yet, and I like the energy of that team. I watched. I was doing live. I was doing the live play-by-play. I was the analyst, I guess, for Peyton last night for the Oilers game, and that team doesn't have it, man. It just doesn't have it. That they made terrible defense. I don't even want to. They don't have it. They don't have it. It's not going to make. They may make the playoffs. They may not. I've been saying it all along. Everybody's like, well, look at their record. Look at their record. Yeah, but they were surviving on their power play. Tippett said it himself. The defense was always making terrible moves. Goaltending was bailing them out, and now it's starting to fall as well. Smith comes back, they got a better chance. They probably make the playoffs, but I would say there's a better chance of Toronto making it far in the playoffs in Edmonton. I don't care. You can do whatever you want, dude. That mock draft is going to change so much this year. There's that. I think that's going to be one of the like drafts where by the time draft time comes, you're going to look at the midseason mocks and it's going to barely look the same as it did before. I like Geeky a lot. Hey, Ulysses, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming in. What about your Rangers tonight, buddy? They should be able to knock it out of the park. I was kind of surprised they didn't have a better outing against Colorado last night. I was surprised they didn't have a better idea. That Colorado team is pretty freaking strong. Ulysses hype. Make sure you're smacking that like button, everybody. Let's get that likes up to 7 or 8 or something like that. Yeah, well, they're young. They're still growing. Oh, you put Slavoski second? I agree with you, Simone Nemec. I totally agree with that. I don't know, Savoy's smaller. Brad Lambert's having a bad year this year. Yeah. Message on Rutherford. Is Rutherford going to have as much power as Gorton in making deals? I'm not so sure, but I don't think so. I don't think so. According to him, he's like, he didn't come to be the GM. He came to run the front office. I don't think he doesn't want to be, he wants to have a 9 to 5. I'm pretty sure Rutherford now. He doesn't want to be, like a general manager's job is never done. They work around the clock. So I think mostly Rutherford was hired to find the right guys. That's what I think mostly. I think the Vancouver ownership realized that they probably weren't the best people for hiring people. So they hired somebody to hire the people. And then, work with that afterwards and take care of that because they're not very good at it, obviously. So, it's been general manager after general manager. So I think that's pretty much what Rutherford was brought in to do. It was a good move. I mean, Rutherford has won cups. You can say whatever you want, but I know he left Carolina pretty bare, and Pittsburgh for that matter. But sports are being hit with COVID, yeah, especially in Canada here. Things are going like hour by hour here. What's going on in Canada? Toronto's getting hit hard. Edmonton's getting hit hard. We're getting hit hard. I don't know about that. If he's going to see games home and away, I'm not sure. No, I imagine he'll go to some away games, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think he's going to work around the clock like most general managers do. I wish they would tell you who's going to be in net for the Rangers, but I'm pretty sure it's Kincaid, so I don't need to really worry about it too much. I would normally think that the Coyotes are not going to score 2 goals, but I think I'm going to fade that this time. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kincaid. By the way, how you doing, Bill? Thanks for coming in. Didn't even say hi. U.S. is getting it bad too. It's everywhere, man. Everywhere. Yeah, it's Kincaid, I think. No confirmation yet. What is Shesterkin like even possible? I thought he was week to week. I don't know why they keep on showing Shesterkin as a possibility every single time on left wing lock. He's on injured reserve, so why would they say Shesterkin? There's no way it's going to be Shesterkin. It's Kincaid. 95% it's Kincaid. It's going to be playing tonight. Kane's first round pick is for Montreal, yeah. He is week to week. Yeah, there's no way he's coming. Samsonov and Fleury, yeah. Kincaid will start, yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Samsonov and Marc-Andre Fleury tonight, yeah, and no Kuznetsov. I already got it in for Washington, but I'm a little concerned now. Chicago's been playing well defensively. Maybe I'll hedge on the under. He's good enough. He's good enough to beat the Coyotes. Not to mention, like, he comes up every once in a while, and teams have never played him before. So, you know, he usually does not too bad the first 2 games or something like that. Oh, I don't know. I couldn't possibly look at when you're getting down to the lower guys. I'm not even close to there yet, dude. I don't have. I haven't had time to look at or even watch. Maybe after the World Juniors, I'll have a better idea of some of the guys. Like, I don't know. The top 10 looks pretty good. I'm surprised you're one of the few people that agree with me on Nemec. I might even say that Nemec could go ahead of that Russian guy, and maybe even Shane Wright, to tell you the honest truth. I love that guy. I think he's damn good. Well, 17th of December. Earliest for what, Ron? Ron's in the house, by the way. Some hype for Ron. Earliest for what, Ron? Kane's not that bad. He's better than Husko. That kid just got lit up. Hawks draw, yeah. That's not a bad idea, I guess, yeah. Eastern versus West team, yeah, I could see a draw. Is he Czech? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, a duo. That's not a bad idea, actually. Sometimes two pick parlays are the way to go. For sure. I think the Rangers will end up ruining him. No Chychrun for Arizona. That's the thing. No Chychrun for Arizona. That team has. They got to be able to expose Gosh to Spear and those guys there. I just can't see not. No Chychrun, no chance. Yeah, I agree. I can't see them having any chance there at all. But, I mean, it does make sense as a parlay because you got it for sure on the Rangers. And the Ducks, they are first game back off of a long road trip. So trying to put them reg is maybe Seattle's hit or miss. Basically with Seattle, all you got to do for Seattle is kind of trap them a bit. And the Ducks are not really a good trap team. So if you can trap them a bit, then it really takes away most of their options because they don't really have all that much offense to begin with. Keep them to the outside. You know, they got a couple guys that can shoot from the outside, but not too many. Ducks are playing Seattle. The Ducks are playing Seattle. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. John W. Seattle. What? Why did you say John W. Seattle? I didn't get that one. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to win last night, honestly. I really thought I was all over San Jose last night. A little concerned about the way San Jose played last night. I don't know. This is supposed to be the team that has all the energy now that Kane is gone, and they certainly didn't have it last night. I can't. If there was, I thought that game was a shoo-in. San Jose beating Seattle last night. I thought with Reimer and Ned, how well he's played. Oh, okay. John W. asked that. Okay. Oh, Weichel. Okay. Yeah, the bad part is my free pick for tonight is the Capitals over Chicago. So I hope they win, but I'm not as confident as I once was. And I think I'm on 7 in a row for free picks right now. So, and this would be 20-6 on freeze. Peyton streaming tonight? I thought he was streaming Thursday. I don't think he's streaming tonight. I thought he was playing Thursday. All right, let's see if there's any more news here. I can't tell you that, dude. You know, you watch my videos, I'm sure. I got paid customers. I can't just be throwing my best bets around like that. The guys from the Ice guys, they get paid by DraftKings, so they can do whatever they want, but I can't be throwing away information like that, dude. Oh, he's doing NHL 22 tonight. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice try though. Ulysses likes Anaheim. There you go. Yeah, Ulysses likes Anaheim. A lot of people like Anaheim tonight. Tomorrow is going to be the interesting one. Let's look at tomorrow's games. We got 25 minutes. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. If we, depending on how many games we actually have, but Flyers versus Canadians. I think Flyers keep I'll give you some quick ones. Flyers probably keep the heat going. Can you see the Canadians ever winning a game? I imagine they got to win a game. You didn't know that? Oh, yeah, for sure. Don't you see their thing? They have DraftKings up in the corner. They have DraftKings up in the corner. They get paid by DraftKings to do what they do. No doubt about it. No cappers are going to throw all their picks out there every day, unless they're getting paid to do it. Honestly, I'm going to take some time here and possibly shoot. I got that light back again. I can't change it. I want to see if I can get a way to do that, because that's the way I would like to do it. I'd like to be able to just do a live show and talk about all my picks and what they have and stuff like that. If there was a website that would pay me to do it, I would consider that a lot. Ducks will make. I think the Ducks may very well make the playoffs. I don't think they'll do much when they get there, but they could. But yeah, I can't see Montreal. Now they are out without Dvorak. Like, they're going to be putting an AHL team out there every night. And as long as Allen is in net, I don't know. It's going to be really hard to find a spot for Montreal. About the best thing you could probably find with Montreal is the unders. The unders. Unders, and more unders. Kings versus Panthers, that will be good. I'm off the Panthers right now. I had Ottawa there. I had Ottawa last against Florida before, and I'm off the Panthers for a while. No, why? Do they not do well? I don't watch them all the time. I don't know how well they do. Obviously, you must think they don't do very well. It's so easy to do it when it doesn't really matter. That's not good either. I'm going to try it this way. When it doesn't really matter if you actually win, right? Like, you can just throw it out there and say, I kind of like the over total, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but I think they put their own money on it, though. So if that's the case, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I moved over here. That's better now. Anyways, what's the game after that? Montreal. I can't take the Montreal ever. They do well. Is that what you're saying? Do they give crap picks or do they do well? I don't know why you'd ask me that. If they give good picks, I don't why would you ask if they give bad picks? Let's see. Senators Lightning again, like the Senators right now, you really got to keep on rolling with them. The energy that they're playing with, and we'll see who the Lightning are out without so many players right now. I could see them keep on bowling over everybody, like right now, like they did last year in the second half. They got their mojo going. And Brady Tkachuk, guy's a freaking beast. Ooh, Sorelli will be back in, though. Sorelli will be back in by looks of it. So Forte will be scratched. Yeah, I mean, maybe you go Tampa Bay there, but I mean, I probably, the juice would be so brutal, I probably won't even touch it. So. Lightning, yeah, that could be a case, but I don't know why would they look ahead. They got Ottawa already beat them. They're going to look ahead against a team that just beat them. It's pretty fresh in their minds that we just got our beat by these guys. So, yeah, I don't know. Ottawa's going to play tough, though. I know that Ottawa's going to play tough. If Tampa Bay doesn't come to work, then they're not going to make it. But from what I saw, Kyle, for the Ice guys, they seem to do pretty good picks. Oh, Jesse Alonen scored his first goal. There's going to be a lot of those first goals by Montreal Canadiens players, going by the fact that everybody's going on the injured reserve. Isn't it funny when a team is like really out of it and it's quite obvious that they need to tank? All of a sudden, players are on the injured reserve all the time. Funny how that works. Kings versus Panthers. We just talked about it. I like the Kings the way they're playing right now. I don't like the Panthers, so you can take whatever you want from that. Golden Knights versus Devils. Do I even need to say anything about that game? How in the world could the Devils win a game right now against a team like that? Like, that team needs a shakeup. Huge. They are not playing with energy. They need some grit in that lineup like now. So bad. No, from what I see, I think they do pretty well. They got pretty good. I would say that I would take them over mostly anybody else out there. I would say. Besides, I got to give a couple props to my buddy Best Bet Ed, of course. Although his best bet isn't doing the greatest this year. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Buffalo beating the Jets last night. And I leaned on that. I faded that game. I really thought Buffalo was going to win that. I got to trust my gut more. The Jets this year are just lost. They're lost. That team is not on the same page. I don't know what's going on. I know a defense is slow, and I think that's a big part of it. You got super fast forwards and a very slow defense that isn't making decisions fast enough for the forwards, and it's just a cluster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Winnipeg Jets lost. We didn't even talk about that game, but I want to continue talking about the games tomorrow. Vegas all day. Red Wings, Hurricanes. I don't know. Hurricanes aren't going to have anybody on the roster. So I know what I'm going to do for that game, but will they even play it? How many more guys are going to be off for Carolina now? Big trouble in Carolina. Yeah, Jets lost this. They're you look at that roster and you think that they should be way better than they are, but there's something missing there in Winnipeg. And I don't know if I can really put my finger on it. To me, it just looks like they have defensemen that can't move the puck fast enough for the forwards. That's what I think that's going on in Detroit or in Winnipeg. Yeah, exactly. Slavin will play 60 minutes. Leafs can't have fans. Oh, really? Did they just say, oh no? If they're going no fans now, wow. Is that actually happening? It hasn't come up on Pro Hockey Rumors yet. The Leafs can't have fans. Yeah, Jack Campbell's for the Vezina right now, right? Besides Markstrom, but I mean, he hasn't been putting up the greatest numbers so far either. Lately, he hasn't been the greatest lately, but you got to think that he's going to be. You got to put Campbell like last night. Let's face it, last night the Oilers Toronto game, Oilers actually didn't play that bad. Campbell really. I can't say Campbell won that game for them, but it certainly wasn't a 5-1 game. No doubt about that. That was like Oilers defense is always bad. If Koskinen stopped pucks like Campbell did, that would have been a totally different game. Campbell was absolutely on fire. And that's one of the reasons why I got Toronto possibly winning a cup. At the deadline, I could see them doing some really interesting things for that lineup. And the way the chemistry's going for that team right now, and Campbell playing like that, I wouldn't be surprised. 35, yeah, I mean, 35 saves, and I'm just saying, yeah, like Toronto also played well as well, but Edmonton played a much better game than a 5-1 loss. That's for sure. Wings don't play tonight. No, they play tomorrow night. Against Carolina, yeah, I don't. That's going to be a weird game. Sam Bennett's out with COVID. Where do you get all this information from, Weichel? The guy is like a walking information source. It's incredible. He knows. You should be one of those insider report guys. You have the inside information before anybody. I gotta know what are your sources, dude? Bennett being out against Ottawa, yeah, you got to look at Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa's not getting hit at all with COVID or injuries or anything, and they're playing with so much fire right now. What was that? What's next? Am I missing the game? Yeah. Bruins Islanders. These are two teams I'm not big on. No Marchand for the Bruins. The Islanders just can't seem to get it together to save their life right now. Can't score with the darn. I know what I'm going to do on that game, but I don't know if you can take the Islanders at all right now, can you? The Bruins have had some rest. They've had, yeah. You're probably getting pretty good on the Bruins there. I would think. I would say. You hate the Bruins? Yeah, well, there's another one that we should have won too. The Oilers should have won that game too. They did outplay the Bruins. Goaltending would be huge for us if we could find a bang up goaltender or Smith come back. I think that would change things up a little bit. And I think that's part of the reason why the Oilers are playing so poorly is they're afraid to make mistakes because they don't trust Koskinen back there. I think that's one of the big reasons. I don't hate any team. No, I don't either. I used to be one of those annoying anti-Leaf guys, but I'm not anymore. Sorry, I'm getting some information here. I don't hate any team either. Well, that's good. They got to go home anyway. They were stuck in Vancouver, weren't they? Sam Reinhart is out? Wow, okay, so that, I mean, where do you get your information, John? Reinhart and Bennett are out. Forget about it. There's no way Florida's beating Ottawa tomorrow, if they even play again. This is getting dire here, guys. Sabres Wild. Oh, sorry, Avalanche Predators. Predators have everybody out. You got to take Avalanche there. Wild Sabres. They're not. Sabres are. I can't see the Wild losing the Sabres. Oilers, Blue Jackets. Fine. I think the Oilers will break it there. The Blue Jackets are starting to fade hard. They got a lot of young guys there that aren't used to taking NHL abuse, and I think they're in trouble. I think they're going to fade here. Canucks, Sharks. Maybe keep rolling with the Canucks, and then, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs game will be postponed. Now Calgary, after having all this they got this rough road trip out of the way, and they did really well. Like the beginning of the year, their schedule was brutal, and they got it out of the way. Now they're going to be having a brutal schedule again, because after missing all those games, they're going to have back-to-backs all over the place and stuff like that. They finally get together as a team, and they look like they're going to be, have a chance to make a decent run, and then that happens. Christmas magic to his players. Panthers have 5 out with COVID. Okay, where do you get your information, dude? Maybe it'll come up here now. Oh, here we go. Add 6 to COVID protocol. Bennett, Gudas, Lomberg, Montour, and Verhaeghe. Wow. They're not going to play. There's no way. They can't have that many guys out and keep on playing. There's just no way. No way. Oh, okay. In Canada is 14 days. And that's the bad thing. The protocol is 10 days. So like the Canadian teams have a disadvantage there as well. The whole thing just creates a lot of unfairness. And now it's getting to the point where like whoever wins the cup, it's almost going to be like, yeah, but. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, yeah, but it was COVID and a lot of the teams didn't have their players, and it's not even going to matter as much anymore. Well, apparently it was 8, but then some team it was 6, wasn't it, for Calgary, and now who knows? I don't know what I think they're grasping at straws to keep this going right now. I think they're really just grasping at straws. Yeah, Kings are going to win for sure. Oh, I thought it's not Ottawa, it's the Kings. Kings will win that game for sure. They got nobody in their lineup now. Verhaeghe, no Barkov, no Reinhart, no Bennett, no Verhaeghe, no forwards. They have no forwards. They're gonna put out an AHL team to play against a hot LA team. I think they're avoiding setting a rule right now because they want to keep the season going, and that's it. They're willing to do anything to keep the season going by the looks of it. People are canceling their ESPN subscriptions. Why? Yeah, I would have to say you would have to be totally ashamed if you lose that game. And the way the Kings are playing right now, I can't see them being ashamed. They're just playing too hard. McClellan's got them playing hard hockey, hard and tough hockey. The LA Kings are playing some of the hardest, toughest hockey out there. Nashville was too. Nashville and LA were both playing hard, tough hockey. And Ottawa, all of them were. Well, I mean, if they do actually cancel their ESPN, I know people say they're going to, and whether they do or not, I suppose they will eventually do something about it, but they'd actually have to do it. Yeah, that's not going to happen, no. Because those players, yeah, that's not going to happen. Then they'd have to take up AHL players from both sides, and I don't know. The way I'm seeing it, you got two, like you're getting all these Florida players, all these Carolina players, some Detroit players. What we got? Vancouver, Calgary. I mean, it's not going to be that long, dude. I think they're going to have to stop it. Yeah, I know they did that. They were doing that before. Uh, Change your location with a private VPN. Yeah, a lot of guys don't know how to do that. They're just begging people to get feeds illegally there, for sure. I don't know if they'd shut the season down, but they may have to shut things down for a bit till they figure out what they're going to do, which screws up everything all over again. But too much of a hassle for some people. Some people don't even know what that means. But I know why they do it. It's all money, man. Anyways, that's my full 42, guys. As long as there's games tomorrow, I will be here again from 1:30 to 3:30. I got to go pick up the little lady. It's colder than heck here. Colder than heck. I don't even know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's minus 20 degrees Celsius. So that probably can, and minus 20 does not sound warm, does it? Now, it's freaking cold. See you later, guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye.